If you don't mind, I'd like to share a story with you. Last year, I experienced something called a molecular storm. That means my immune system attacked itself, leaving me with the condition that causes my brain to tell my nervous system to send pain throughout my body. When I began to recover, those around me thought my battle was over. But what they couldn't see was I had been wounded in the midst of this storm. My public presence hides the private wounds of being unable to drive, of strength that comes and goes, and often sitting here with all of you in extreme physical pain. If you've ever been deeply wounded, you know that once your wound starts to heal on the outside, you can begin to move, but you are cautious because it's sensitive that pain is still easily triggered. But it wasn't the physical wounds that kept me from moving on from the battle. You see, this stronghold prevented me from helping others with their battles out of fear of returning to my own. A battle I may have survived, but not before the enemy stole something from me. In John 10:10, Jesus reveals that the enemy comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. In this case, he stole something others could not see, because a good thief steals when no one is aware. A good thief steals things that aren't obvious, leaving you to deal with the emotional trauma of a pain that is invisible to the rest of the world. The Apostle Paul tells us he had a thorn that the Lord refused to remove. On the outside, he seemed fine, but on the inside, he had this constant reminder of a pain no one could discern. It's a reminder that you have been acquainted with pain. Let me hear you say acquainted. Acquainted. But no matter how pain enters your life, through illness, through physical abuse, if you've been emotionally abused, if you've been molested or experienced loss, God will turn your pain into your purpose. He'll turn your misery into your ministry and your trauma into your testimony. And he sends us to help others experiencing similar pain, but so often we resist out of fear of reopening old wounds. God knows I want to help, but no matter how much time has passed, my wounds have yet to fully heal. How does Paul describe it? I want to do good, for in my heart I delight in God's law at work in me. But there is another law at work in me. And that trauma, that pain has waged a war in my mind. Oh, yeah. But God. If Paul can write the New Testament from behind prison walls, and Esther can save lives while risking her own, and I can pray for your healing when my healing hasn't come, then there are enough wounds in this sanctuary for us to hold each other up on the battlefield and declare, if God be for us, let me encourage each of you with wounds that have yet to fully heal. I told you the beginning of the verse that the enemy comes, but you can go ahead and rejoice, because before that very verse ends, Jesus declares, but I have come. So no matter what the enemy has stolen from you, your innocence, your health, your trust, your mind, your joy, your peace, remember, God has the power to restore you.